Good evening, everyone. I'd like to hear from each one of you about, what is your expectation out of this orientation session? What is that you want to know from it? Some of the things you would have already known about. What is that specific question you want me to answer as a part of this orientation? Feel free to ask. So you can unmute and ask, or you can type it in the chat box. Either way, it is fine. I also have a set of questions that students had asked as a part of the form submission. No questions? There will be something, right, in your mind. What is there for us? What will be the salary? Will be on 15 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 7 lakhs? What will be the cost? Any questions? Any specific question, if any one of you have?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Shiva Subramanian.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I have a very basic question though. Will we be eligible for a September attempt if we?
Yeah, so if you register, you will be eligible, and part one we should be able to complete, and we will be able to prepare you for September attempt. I think we've already dispatched the physical books today itself.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got the message.
You also would get the GLIM online access for the resources. And then, once we start the classes, then it would be possible. Part one would be definitely possible.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. So Sedupati has a question. What will be the use of US CMA in India? We will definitely take it up. Anyone else? Any specific question? I also have a list of questions. Now, okay. So before I turn on the presentation as a routine, let me ask you a few questions. What do you think is the role of someone who is a CMA? So what does CMA stand for? I want it to be slightly interactive rather than me presenting something. I definitely have a presentation to make that I will be doing, but CMA, what we call Certified Management Accountant, how are these different from, let us say, a chartered accountant? Has anybody given a thought on this? Are CMA and CA the same? Anyone want to give a shot at the question? Or rather, why do you want to do CMA? I think a more refined question for all of you. Why would you want to do a CMA? Sir, that is what we want to learn from you. That is what we want to understand from you. That will be, question answers from some of you. But then, why do you think you should have a professional qualification? Right? These are a lot of questions which keep on coming up in students' mind, and especially for those students who do not have any other professional qualification. This is one of the qualification which they can look at. And also, if you have a professional qualification, for example, I myself am a chartered accountant, and I am also qualified as CIMA UK. So I have I've qualified as a CMA out of the UK, United Kingdom, CIMA. So that is the qualification I have obtained. And just to give you a background, after qualifying as a chartered accountant and getting all India ranks 1, 4, and 2, I was placed in one of the listed entities, one of the Fortune 500 entities, Bharat Petroleum. Even then, there was a need to, pursue something better, pursue something which gives me wider perspective. Okay. So from my point of view, if you ask me, I was a chartered accountant, good at accounting, management, concept-wise, comprehensive course, that is no doubt, there is no doubt about that. But then when it comes to practical application, when it comes to handling scenarios, when it comes to giving solutions to the business, something was missing. And when I was exploring courses at that point of time, CMA-US was not much in demand. It was not much a known course, and that is where I chose to do CIMA UK. And I'll tell you, the perspective what I got after qualifying management accounting from UK was completely different. See, concept-wise, I knew 100 out of 100, but then in a given scenario, how do we handle things? It is not only about accounting. So when we say management, see, the course is what? It is a certified management accounting course. So it is not about only your accounting part. It is about management as well. So when we talk about management, what does management look at? How do we take management decisions? It is not only about debit and credit. It is about how do we take management decisions? How does a decision impact employees? How does a decision impact the overall organization? And how can we as management accountants support the top management in decision making roles, right? So there's a wide coverage as far as management accounting course is concerned. Now, a lot of students ask us, sir, are we not taught about these in our BCom? Very little. When we talk about BCom, it is only about question answers. Okay. Not even concepts are taught in so much of depth. Sir, are we not taught about all these things in CA? In CA, you know the concepts, you know the content, but when it comes to decision making, when it comes to looking at multiple different angles in a business, that is where a CA course lacks a bit. BCom, if you ask me, in most of the cases, does not prepare us for a real life, management role. We may fit for accounting roles, but we will not fit for management roles. Now, another question what might come is, sir, if we have to do management, why not do an MBA? Now, when it comes to MBA, you have to spend 2 years. And if you have to do an MBA from a reputed college, the cost will be at least 7 to 8 times that you would spend in a professional course like CMA or maybe CA or an ACCA, right? So that is where this has a slighter advantage. But yes, we are more focused on the accounting part, the finance part, and we will cover managerial aspects of a organization. That is where management accounts have a very important role. If I tell you about companies, companies have specific departments which are the management accounting team. So basically, this is the team which will support the management in decision making, in budgeting, in evaluating, in variance controls, whether to bid for a particular project or not, how do we optimize on the cost, how do we improve profitability, how do we maybe present to the investors. A lot of things comes from management accountants, right? So that is the broad background I wanted to give. And one more thing, a lot of students have this thing like CMA US is same as CMA India. They are not same. CMA India has a lot of income tax related aspects. It has a lot of Companies Act related aspects. It has a lot of compliance related aspects. Whereas CMA, when we talk about CMA US, it does not have those regulatory and compliance aspects in so much of detail. So it's a broader accounting course, broader management accounting course I would say, which is acceptable in more than 150 countries. And I would be taking you through the presentation, which we have presented earlier, and that would answer a lot of questions that you have been already having. Yeah. So CMA, when we talk about it, is Certified Management Accountant, and it is not only limited to accounting, it is a part of the management accounting role. Now, as I told you, it's a global professional certification and it is recognized in over 150 countries. Now, tell me, each one of you, the top 3 companies you would want to work in. What are the top 3 companies you would want to work in? I want to hear from each one of you because this is about you. Okay, this is less about me. It is more about you. Please type in the chat box the companies you aspire to work for after you qualify, whatever you are doing currently. Maybe your graduation, maybe you're pursuing CA, or maybe you're planning to do CMA. What are the companies you would want to work for? You can type in, or you can unmute and you can answer. See, unless you answer it, I'll not be able to derive value, give value out of this session. Nobody wants to work after qualifying. Any company, what do you want? Like when we were working, one of the companies we would want to work for was ITC. If you would get opportunities, you want to work in maybe Bank of America. Okay, so I want to hear out your aspirations. See, this professional journey is a part of your career progression. But after qualification, you'll not sit at home, right? Or do you want to make, start some startup? That's a different thing. Okay, so I get Mahantesh wants to work in Accenture. World Bank, very good. Deloitte, KPMG, EY, PwC, the big fours. Okay. Then others. See, for all of you, whether you enroll for the program or you do not enroll for the program, having a career plan in hand is very, very important. Otherwise, what will happen is you'll finish whatever you're doing and suddenly you will apply at 10 different places and then you will be selected in one of those places and you will be placed in the job and you will continue your journey. That does not serve the purpose. You have to be clear. I'm not saying, okay, if I say ITC or if I say Procter and Gamble or if I say Nestle, I will get a job there. But at least have those companies where you want to work for, right? Others, out of about 19 of us, 18 of us, excluding me, I've got only responses from 3. Anybody else who has thought of, okay, this is my dream company, I want to work in this company? Okay, fine. So I have not got any further response. Yeah, BNP Paribas, Wells Fargo, Bank of China. Okay, great. So now, a lot of these companies that you have listed, in fact, all of the companies that you have listed are based outside of India. They do have offices in India, like Accenture has offices in different cities. World Bank has an office in Chennai. Big Fours have offices in different cities, right? Deloitte has offices in different part of cities. You have other companies like Bank of America. You have companies like Accenture. You have GE. Then you have Microsoft. You have Infosys, Cyrex. Okay, this I'm hearing for the first time, right? You have Amazon. You have McKinsey. You have Boston Consulting Group. A lot of these companies that you've spoken about, these are companies which are international or multinational companies, what we call. And when you look at a multinational company, they want students who have a global perspective. They would like to have students who have some kind of global orientation. Now, again, I'm not saying that, other courses like, or the Indian professional courses like CA or, CMA, they do not have, global perspective, but you want something more. Okay. And when you look at these type of companies, they do hire chartered accountants, but then there is a large part of the role where there are openings or there are opportunities for you to enter into management accounting. They have a huge setup where they hire, accountants across various domains, and using your skills, using your inputs, you will be able to contribute to those organizations. Now, again, one more thing, I would not want to over promise to all of you. One thing is very clear, okay? Just because you are a CMA does not mean that there is a guarantee that a job will be given to you, on the next day of your qualification. And same thing applies for all the qualifications, whether you look at a chartered accountant, whether you look at an ACCA qualified, whether you look at a CPA, CMA. Just because you are qualified does not mean that the next day you will get a job. But this will open up a lot of opportunities for you to work in different companies. Okay. So if you look at the job requirements, you will see, okay, either a chartered accountant or a CMA or a CPA or an ACCA. So there in the filtering criteria, you will be ahead. And one more thing, for those of you who are only pursuing BCom, okay, once you complete BCom, you may get, let's say, a job of drawing some 25 to 30,000 per month. That works out about 3 lakhs per annum on a CTC basis. Normally, okay. I'm not talking about those students who are exceptional in their academics, who are doing BCom from one of the best colleges in the country. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about, the larger pool, and that is the range of salary we look at. With an additional professional qualification, you will be able to push that from 3 lakhs to at least 5 lakhs. Okay. And 5 to 6 lakhs would be the broader starting salary for a fresher once you have qualified in the examination. That is where the career options would open up for all of you. Now, how do we get the CMA certification, or how do we get the qualification? One is you have to complete an undergraduation from an accredited university. Now, please remember, this is the qualification, the criteria required for your membership. You can start your CMA preparation after 12th exams itself. It is not that you have to wait for your BCom exams or graduation to be completed to start your CMA. After your 12th itself, you can start. Within a 7 years time frame, you have to get an undergraduate degree from an university, and you need to have 2 years of relevant work experience in the relevant areas. That is called practical experience requirement kind of a thing. Now, these two conditions, if you meet and you pass the exams, you will get the membership of the IME. Right now, for you to get the experience in the relevant areas, we will be there to help you. For you to pass the examination, we will be there to help you. Right? Of course, BCom thing, you have to do it on your own, or you can take up an online BCom. But then, if you take up an online BCom, it is not regarded as a full-time degree, and hence you'll have to pay a higher sum, which I'll be covering in the subsequent slides. Now, eligibility, as I told you, class 12 completed or pursuing or undergoing undergraduation. The most important part when it comes to your examination, this is one paper, one examination where I've seen that there is a mix of objective type, MCQs, and essay type questions, totaling 500 marks. Okay, so 100 questions and 2 essays, totaling to 500 marks. And the challenge or the key part here is, unless you are able to score 50% in the MCQ section, you will not be taken to the essay section. So, conceptual understanding is very, very important for you to crack the MCQ part. And for essays part, you need conceptual plus presentation plus analytical skills, where you have to handle a case, where you have to analyze a case, and you have to give your conclusions, right? So 100 questions, MCQs, score at least 50% to move to the next stage of essay. And overall, you have to score a scale score of 72%. That is your 360 marks is what you need to pass the examination. Okay, so that is the passing requirement, 72%. 50% is not the pass rate. Now, some of you might be thinking, sir, if pass marks is 72%, then it becomes difficult. Actually, pass marks is 72% and overall passing rate is about 50%. So it is not that it is difficult, very difficult. Let's say if I compare with the CA course, it's not so difficult. But then am I saying it is easy? It is not easy. Nothing comes easy. You are stepping into a professional qualification, and it would require a lot of effort from your side to be ready for the examination. And the best part for CMA exams are, you can write in 3 exam windows: Jan, Feb, May, June, and September, October. There are 2 parts. You can write one part at a time. It is not that you have to write both the parts together. So you can, as Siva was asking initially, right? So you can write one part in September, October window, and then as per your preparation, you can write the next part in maybe January, February, or May, June window. Pass rate, as I told you, 50%. Now, this is the most important slide what you need to look at, apart from, of course, career and money related aspects. There are 2 parts, part 1, part 2. But these are not 2 subjects. Okay, don't think that there are only 2 subjects. Each part has 6 subjects. So part 1 has 6 subjects, part 2 has 6 subjects. But then this is not very bulky. Okay, so all this put together forms a part of your 4-hour examination. The content is about one full 100 marks paper, if you ask me, content wise. But coverage wise, look at the coverages. Such a wide coverage. External financial reporting decision. This is your financial reporting, or what you learn as accounting and financial reporting part, covering 15%. Then planning, budgeting, and forecasting. Something to do with your management decisions related to how to plan, how to budget, and how to forecast. Okay. And performance management, what you have planned and what you have achieved. Then cost management, what you learn as costing. Internal controls related to audit, and technology and analytics that helps you to, with the latest technology skills that are needed for a management accountant, and how do you use analytical tools to make decisions. So if you see, there are 6 subjects, but in a single part, right? Second, part 2, financial statement analysis. Now, a lot of you would have heard about this role called financial planning and analysis role. That is where this becomes very important. Then you have corporate finance, where you take decisions as to how do you get the finance and all of that. Then you have decision analysis, which is partly related to what you have learned in costing, your marginal costing and related aspects. Risk management, what you learn in internal controls and audit. So these 2 would be slightly linked, not fully linked, but risk management again talks about how to manage the risk of a company, enterprise, business. It is not only about audit risk, it is also about business risk. See, you are as a part of this course, you become business partners for the entity. Then investment decisions, how to decide on various investment decisions, and professional ethics. So these are the wide areas that are covered, and all of this is packed into two parts. Part one, financial planning, performance, and analytics. Part two, strategic financial planning. Okay.
Excuse me,
So,
sir.
yes.
I have a small question.
Yeah, please.
So is part one and part two, both of them together form a 4-hour paper, or is
No, no.
part
So
one?
part one is an independent 4-hour paper, and part two is an independent 4-hour paper. You can take up part one first and part two next, which is normally the order followed. You can take part two first and part one next. That also can be done depending on your comfort. But generally, we suggest, and just to give you a perspective, I myself have taught, CMA students in areas of financial reporting, planning, performance management, cost management, corporate finance, decision analysis. So, that is a wide area of, teaching that I've done, where I've taught CMA students, CMA-US students. So what I would suggest is take up part one first and then take up part two next. And generally, if you look at the pass percentage also, part one has a slightly higher pass percentage as compared to part two. Because students tend to struggle here in the corporate finance section and investment decision sections. That is where, some kind of, difficulty is what is faced. Here, these are more, conceptually, these are slightly at a lower level. I'm not saying higher and lower, but slightly easier to understand.
Thank you.
Now, coming to another important part, apart from your career, is how much will it cost? How much do we need to pay? Okay. Now, there are three aspects you need to understand. One is your application and membership fee that you need to pay to IMA. Then your examination fee that you need to pay to IMA, and your entrance fee that also need to pay to IMA, and our fee that you would pay for our tuitions and live classes. Now, the best part here is currently we are selling at 49,999, including GST. This includes hard copy books provided by GLEM, one of the leading CMA program review provider. You get online access to thousands of MCQs in the GLEM platform, where you can practice MCQs, where you can practice essay questions that will help you in the preparation of your examination, right? So this fee includes, and you can actually go and check out on the GLEM's website as to what is the price at which they are selling the books and the online MCQs. Yes, of course, we get some, B2B bulk discount, but still you are getting a, high value resource at a very low price along with about 250 to 260 hours of live classes, right? So that is what is included. And all this put together, your cost would come somewhere in the range of 1.2 to 1.5 lakhs. Now, the difference is, you may have a doubt, sir, what is this student and what is this professional? The student and professional, the difference is, student means someone who is pursuing full-time undergraduation or post-graduation. So if you're pursuing full-time, you are considered to be a student. If you are not pursuing full-time graduation, you fall under professional. And the huge difference is this part. From 45, the fee becomes $260. That is where the price goes up. And if you are pursuing graduation, you can also apply for scholarship. And time and again, IMA also comes up with sometimes, discount related to certain of these registration fees and all of that. As and when we get information about this, we will inform you guys, right? So that is about the cost aspect. And if you are able to spend 2 to 3 hours of day to prepare for the examination, you will be able to recover the cost that you have incurred in about 2 to 3 months of your job itself, right? So that is the advantage of it. And that's what we are offering, OneFin with our live classes and GLEM CMA review, one of the leading review providers for CMA and CPA across the globe. So what all is included? Our classes, expert faculty. So I will be taking classes. We have other faculties. We have Yogesh. who himself is a CMA qualified, right? So he will be there with a first-hand experience of how he appeared and how we, approached the examination, how we cracked the examination, and the resources provided by claim and the hard copy books. A lot of cases, in the market, you may go out and see prices are lower, but then you don't get the authentic materials, right? So here we at Indigo Learn, we don't believe in, cutting cost short. We have negotiated hard with GLIM to provide the best value to our students. And we would want to ensure that students get proper authentic resources to prepare for the examination.
It's 2030.
Now, IMA also has some scholarships where, some undergraduate students which are nominated by the professors, and from each college they have some limit. Okay, so many students will get the scholarship. So what is included? Student membership for 3 years, entrance fee, exam support package, registration fees for the first attempt at both parts of CMA exams, and course provider review material, all regions except China. So these all are included. So if you are pursuing, undergraduation, and if you want to avail this scholarship, do reach out to us. We will guide you and you will make a, decent savings. Okay, there will be a, for example, student membership, what we are looking at, right? So this part, you will be getting a discount there. Then entrance fee to the CMA program, a huge part, $210 you'll be able to save there. So reach out to us, we will guide you. We are continuously in touch with the IMA India chapter, and we'll be able to guide you as to how to make or how to get the scholarship from IMA. Okay. Now coming to careers, you start with management accountant. Then, you can be a financial analyst. You are analyzing the financial statements and giving advices on decisions to be taken. You can work in the treasury function, as an audit function, as a controllership, or CFO, right? So this is the career path. You can aspire to become the CFO, not immediately, of course. Okay. A lot of students, they have this perception or they are misguided that, okay, you do complete CMA, the next day we will give you a job. Within 2 years, you will be earning so much. Okay, we are not here to promise, give you false promises. There is a path you have to follow. The job depends on your ability, your skills, your communication skills, how you crack the interview. But yes, we will be able to open the doors for you for the career, for the job placements, right? So that part we will do. That part we will support. We'll support you in resume building. We'll support you in how to handle the interviews. We will support you by connecting to prospective employers. It is your role to improve and work upon your communication skills, work upon your interviewing skills, work upon your concepts, and appear in the interview. And this is a broad distinction, right? Major thing about CMA USA and CMA India is this time period. Mostly you'll be able to finish CMA US in 12 to 18 months. CMA India may take 3 to 4 years. Okay, so that is where, and then the number of exams that you write in CMA India is, I think, about 18 papers, if I remember it rightly. So that is what you have to, what you have to write. Here you'll have to write 2 parts, 4 hours each, and which has a global recognition. And also flexibility in terms of your work experience. Now, when it comes to CMA USA, you can have the work experience prior or subsequently. It is not that after the qualification only you need to get the work experience. And that is where it becomes, very much of an attraction for professionals. So as I, just want to announce that the first batch would be starting on 20th of May. And if you want to pursue the program, you can reach out to our support team and they will guide you. They will help you with, what all we are offering, what is the career path. If you want to talk to me directly, or if you want to talk to Yogesh directly, we can arrange a call back from the team so that we can guide you properly for the certification. And whether you are doing CA or whether you are not doing CA, whether you are pursuing BCom, whether you are not pursuing BCom, whether you are doing some other qualification, whether you are working somewhere, this qualification can definitely add some value to your overall professional growth. Right? So that is it from my side. I just wanted to give you a broad overview of what is there from our side as we offer. Now it's open to you to ask any question you have, anything for the team, for me, If you have anything specific to ask to me, feel free to ask, and otherwise we will end the session. Is there a website of CMA? Yes, CMA-US website is available. CIMA is also available. You can just do a simple Google search and you can reach out. Now, there are some questions what you have got as a part of, like CA, is there any study material? So what happens is, for this international courses, the institute, IMA for in this case, they don't give the study material. What they say is, this is course guideline. These are the objectives of the learning objectives. Okay, these are the course outline specification. These are defined, and there are authorized CMA review providers like Glenn, Becker, Hawk, Power Resource Corporation. These are some of, there are 6 of them who provide study material or subject material for the extremely sorry, who provide subject material or subject, study material, what we call. These are provided by GLEM. So these are provided by the authorized content provider, and we have tied up with GLEM. So the material that you will receive is GLEM, and these are IMA approved. Okay, so IMA itself does not publish. These are IMA approved materials which we will be providing to you. So like in India, we have ICI publishes study material. That concept does not exist. You will get the exam support package, the MCQ bank and all of that from the IMA, but the core content is you have to take it from one of the providers. I completed MBA 4 years ago. I don't have any work experience. Can I pursue CMA? Yes, you can pursue CMA US. And as you pursue, please ensure that, at the time of pursuing CMA or post that, you have 2 years of related work experience if you want IMA membership. Like, so related, when I say, it has to be in finance, accounting, audit, and related aspects. Then I'll take up the questions what you had got on the form. What is the approximate time to complete the course? So the approximate time to complete the course is about 12 months to 18 months. Of course, there are a lot of students, there are a lot of other providers who say you can finish in 6 months and all of that. It is slightly tight unless you are exceptionally brilliant and you can spend 4 or 5 hours per day. But a reasonable time is 12 to 18 months. Like CA course, should I write the whole set of papers again if I fail? See, part 1, 1 exam, part 2, 1 exam. If you pass part 1, it is over. If you pass part 2, it is over. Both the parts, when you complete, you have passed the examination. Do you provide any assurance for clearing the course? Okay. Now, as far as assurance is concerned, we can provide the best materials. We can provide the best classes. We can provide the best doubt clearing. That is from our side. We can take the horse to the pond. Now, to drink the water is up to the horse. Okay. So from your side, we need dedication. We need professionalism, attending the classes, asking doubts, practicing the online resource what you get. And only when you do all of this, you will be able to crack. Is there any negative marking? No negative marking. Are the subjects easy as compared to CA? Now, conceptually, if you ask me, or content-wise, if you ask me, what you have to learn is much lesser. Okay. In CA, if you have to learn so much, if I have to just give you a perspective, this may be so much as far as the concepts are concerned. But examination testing is equally tricky. You will not get straightforward answers. Okay. So a lot of times students are stuck between 350, 340 and all of that. And it is also that you have to be faster in writing the examination. Then placement support. We will provide placement support. We will connect you to employers. We'll ensure that your resume reaches the employers. We arrange for interview. Then after the interview, or at the time of interview, it is your performance that will help you to land up the job. Okay. Those are the questions that were there in the Google forms that were collected. Then, can we search jobs outside India? Yes, you can search jobs outside India. Very much in demand in the US based companies which are in the US or outside of the US. Middle East, good amount of demand. Then Canada, it has a good amount of demand. So wherever there are multinational companies, this course is recognized. And as I told you, over 150 countries. Can we get any support if you do not clear our part 1 in the first attempt? We will be there to support you. We'll be there to resolve your doubts. You can attend live revisions whenever we are conducting, and any other form of support that you need, we would be more than happy to give you. Then, are CA final students considered as students or professional? So, if you have completed BCom and you are not pursuing any other full-time graduation or post-graduation, you will be considered as professionals from fees point of view. Sir, after passing exam, can we get job without experience in US or any other country? You will get, there are opportunities. But then if you ask me, sir, 100% guarantee, that I cannot give, because job depends on your qualification, your skills, how you attend the interview, the visa and all of that. Okay. So there are institutes which say, we will give you 100% guarantee that you will get a job. Okay. Then they do place students also, but we are not giving you that kind of false assurance. You will get 100% job placement assistance. We will connect you to respective employers, and where you have to appear for interviews and crack the examination. How should the fees be paid in dollars? Yes, you have to pay the fees in dollars. Okay, you have to pay the fees in dollars, but then again, it will be charged to your card. So when we say pay fees in dollar, like you do any international transaction, that is what is needed. How to apply for CPA, CMA after completing CA Inter plus BCom? You need to register on their respective website, and our team will be there to guide you. What are the schedule of the classes? So as we said, we'll start on 20th. Okay, so nearby that time we will announce the schedule, and we'll give you a detailed schedule depending on how many students join in and what is the timing, what timing are they comfortable with. If you're interested to enroll or figure out more about this, you can reach out to our support team at the number 9640-111110, and they will be more than happy to help you with your queries. Article sheet from CA, let me cross check with it. Okay, I don't recall it offhand. Let me cross check with Fenil, and I'll get back to you on this. Whether the article sheet can be considered as work experience, I'll have to do a quick cross check, and I'll get back to you on that. Okay. Okay, so I just cross checked. It's not an employment, so it's not considered. So article sheet will not be considered. You need a full-time employment. See, work experience is needed. They may not ask work experience certificate, but then you may need to get a letter from your earlier employer or manager saying that yes, you have worked on this roles. Right? That should not be a challenge. So you can call us on 9640-111110, and our team will reach out to you if at all you are interested to enroll with us. The starting batches on 20th, and we are targeting September, October as the first exam window for part 1 examinations. Right. So thanks a lot for your time. So again, industrial training also, you are not working as an employee, so you are not in employment. So even that 9 months or 12 months industrial training you do, it's a part of a contract, right? So that may not be considered because it's a part of your CA internship training requirement. But yes, because you have highlighted this specific aspect of industrial training and articleship, we'll again cross-check and cross-confirm. Will we receive help in placement? Yes, you will receive help in placement. We will connect you with employers around for your job. And if you complete both, so it's always like an added advantage. Okay, BCom plus something else will always win. So BCom and BCom plus CA, BCom plus CA will be ahead. BCom plus CMA, BCom plus CMA will be ahead. CA versus CA plus CMA. See, every additional degree adds some value in your orientation, and also it adds a lot of even the interviewer gets impressed. Oh, he's not only a CA from India, he has also completed a certification out of the US, and that that gives a good impression on the interview, right? So with this, thanks a lot again for joining in. Thanks Sudha and Yogesh for being there, and our team will again reach out to you, and we'll have the first class on 20th, and if you want to attend it as a demo, you can again reach out to our team before you want to enroll with us. Okay, thanks a lot.